Awesome. Well, thanks, Victor. Thanks for letting me take a few moments here and talk about something that I think is really important and something that's going to have a lot of impact here in 2023, 24 and going on. I'll start off by saying this is something that I typically try to steer away from. I don't want to dive into fads or things that are kind of like hot today, just because I feel like I'm much more of a fan of things that are kind of proven. And things like, Victor, you talk about quite a bit, things like Google ads, they're proven. Facebook ads, proven. Content marketing, proven. But there's one thing that I think is here today that I think is going to be a staple for a long time. And I'll tell you why. And we're going to talk about that today. And that is, hopefully you can see my screen. And that is how to grow an audience with YouTube Shorts. What are YouTube Shorts? YouTube Shorts are essentially, think of TikTok, but on YouTube. And I know a lot of people will say, Nick, what are your thoughts on TikTok or this or the other? I like them all. I'm not going to dog any of them. But I do think some of them you start to see where they're hot today, they're cold tomorrow. We can name certain platforms that have kind of gone through some of that. And maybe some of them make resurgences down the road. We were talking through before the call here. Nick and I here, we run the marketing at Better Agency, and we're doing Reddit ads, and they're doing incredibly well for us. So there are things that kind of ebb and flow. But one that I think is going to be a staple for a long time, like I said, is YouTube Shorts. So in this, we're going to talk about how and why and how to actually go through that. And then we'll have some time for Q&A. I released a video this week, so if you guys want to go watch that, you can find it on the Better Agency YouTube channel. It talks about essentially a lot of what we're going to be talking about today here as well. Make sure that while you're there that you subscribe, like the video, that'd be great. But YouTube Shorts are essentially short form video content that you watch on your phone for the most part in vertical video format. So think TikTok. We're going to talk about the why and how here. So simply put, when these people talk about money, I typically tend to listen. That's because they're experts. They know how to make money. They've made a lot of money. So when they talk about money, I go, maybe I should pay attention to what they say about money or how to make money or how to keep money. Same thing goes for these guys. When they talk about YouTube, I tend to listen. If you don't know who these people are, that's Ryan Trahan. In the middle, it's Mr. Beast, of course. These people have the largest YouTube channels in the world. They make a lot of money from YouTube as a platform. So when they're talking about the future of YouTube and where YouTube is going, I tend to perk up and I tend to listen because I think that they have some expertise. They know what they're talking about. Mr. Beast came out recently and said just last month that TikTok Shorts are going to force TikTok's biggest stars to jump ship. And what he's essentially saying is YouTube has recently made an announcement that starting in 2023, that YouTube is going to start paying its creators 45% of the revenue that the platform generates, which is a massive amount of money. So these people who have large followings on TikTok, more than likely, they're going to stay somewhere on TikTok, but they're going to start bringing their talents over to YouTube where they can make real money. And what happens is when all these people who are on TikTok move over to YouTube, it's going to create the audience going to YouTube as well. YouTube has come out and said that we are going to start prioritizing YouTube Shorts very heavily on the platform. We want Shorts to be one of the biggest things on our platform. And YouTube is the second most trafficked, it has the second most highest level of traffic other than just Google. Like YouTube gets a ton of traffic and they're saying, this is what we're pushing in 2023. We are pushing Shorts. We want the algorithm to show short form content. And really they're doing this as a means to kind of like dominate and flex its muscle on other platforms like Instagram or TikTok. This is competition and YouTube has the infrastructure, the manpower, the knowledge, the longevity to say, as a platform, to say, we're going to come in here, we're going to not only compete with these platforms, but we're going to dominate them. And so when these people talk about, hey, you need to start pushing content on Shorts, I think it's something that we all need to pay attention to because, again, when the influencers come over, when the marketers come over, the traffic is only going to, it's only going to pick up there. So that's a big reason why you should start considering YouTube Shorts on your marketing strategy. Also because YouTube Shorts are very easy to make. They don't need this fancy lighting that I have. They don't need the production value. You don't need all the editing skills. You can just make very simple content on YouTube Shorts and put it on your channel and have a video marketing strategy that's going to be very effective. And we'll talk about some examples and some things that you can do here. But there are 3 types of short form content or YouTube Shorts that agents should make. The first one is you need to be making search-based content. Search-based content is, what is going to show up in a search result or when people are searching for various forums. So the following statement is a true statement. This cannot be argued. This cannot be debated. This is true. Google likes money. They make money from traffic. The better the customer experience, meaning when I go to Google, I search for something, I get the result I want, or I'm engaged on the platform, I go through the rabbit hole. The better experience, it equals more traffic, meaning I'm going to come to the platform more, which gives Google an opportunity to make more money. So I think bottom line is Google cares a lot about the customer experience. What's one thing that we know about short form content? If you've ever found yourself on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or TikTok, you're going to spend probably on average, they say a person will spend between 1 and 2 hours a day going through that content. And the reason you do that is because you're having a good experience. You go down the rabbit hole and you start getting hooked, you get caught in the spider web and you're watching video after video after video after video. And sooner or later, you look up and it's like 2 hours later. You do this when you're going to bed at night. You do this in the morning. You do it when you're having coffee. You do it throughout the day. You do it when you're sitting in the airport, when you're commuting. All of this happens. People are spending a ton of time going through short form content. They're engaging with it. It's causing them to want to get hooked on it. So Google cares a lot about the customer experience. So what is Google going to do? It's going to start prioritizing this traffic. And you're starting to see this now in search results. You go through, and these are 3 different examples of search results. Save money. I did carne asada tacos. This is an exercise routine. And what's one of the things that you see? You see Google prioritizing shorts in its search content. It's showing you short form content because they know that it's going to get people going through the spider web and staying in that spider web. And this is how they're bringing more traffic onto the platform or keeping you on the platform so they can serve more ads. They can make more revenue. So as an agent, the first piece of content I think you should be making is content that's going to show up in a search result. So this is not the dancing videos. This isn't the lip sync videos. We're going to get into that. But this is content that's helpful. This is content that's answering questions. This is content that's getting people the experience that they're wanting. The very short, snappy, me Tarzan, you Jane, true or false type answers. This is giving them that quick content that Google's going to start prioritizing more and more in search. And so the reason why you want to be on YouTube Shorts is for this reason, is not very many people are doing it in your vertical in insurance. So you want to be the first one to show up there and having your content rank for short form content for the keywords that people are searching for. So it should be keyword focused content. You should be making shorts around best auto insurance near me, right? These are all keywords. Best auto insurance, near me. These are all important keywords that you want to start ranking for from an SEO standpoint. And you want to make content related to this. 30, 60 seconds, give them the quick answers, get in, get out, you're done. Mesa, Arizona insurance broker. How to lower my car insurance. How to, shows intent. Car insurance. You want to start ranking for this content. Here's the thing about SEO in general. It's very hard to rank for car insurance with a blog article. But you can start doing it and be the first people to kind of pioneer this space with short form content. So you should be making short form content that's focused on keywords, affinity-based things, whether it's your niche, what you sell, your location. Be making content around all that stuff. That's the first type of short you should be making. The second one you should be making is value-based content. Here's the thing about value. Value is completely subjective. Value can mean one thing to me, and it can mean a completely different thing to Victor. But there's a few different pillar type of content for value. There's entertainment. What's going to make me laugh? What's going to be fun? What's going to make me feel something? Emotional-based type content. What's going to, this is where you want to put your marketing hat on and try to feed the audience the things that are going to make them feel something. This should be about your brand. It should be about your value proposition. It should be about, this is where you have fun. This is where you do things. Here's one that we're going to make here in the Christmas season. I'm going to go to a local mall and I'm going to go sit on Santa's lap. And I'm going to make it a short form video where I'm sitting on Santa's lap and I'm telling them that I just want people all around the world to know about Agency. And I'm going to make that, right? That is engaging. People will watch it. It's just, that is value. People taking value to distract them, to entertain them, to make them cry, laugh, all of those things. This is the type of content you can make. So if you're really creative and you want to do your little dance moves, or you want to show people how to I don't know, do a crash test dummy type short. It doesn't really matter. You want to do something with Legos? Like, this is fun. That's how you should think about it. And you should, again, be doing this so that people can feel something. So that's the second type of short that you should be making. You should be making search-based content, but you should also be making value-based content. Most important things is to make them feel things. If you can make them feel something, you've got something cooking. You're cooking with fish grease. That is what you want them to do. This was one that we made. And the way that we did it is we made this short form video where it's me doing something fun. I'm taping myself to the wall. And then we tell people to go to this link in the description, which is a landing page for Better Agency. So you can use this, you can use the fun, the feelings that you're causing people to have to drive traffic organically to sales assets, to lead generation assets. That's a great mechanism because now they're already hopped up, they're feeling something, and we already know that YouTube is going to be pushing this content out. And the more that it finds people who are watching it, it's going to try to distribute that content more and more and more. It's going to grow. It's going to run faster. It's the Usain Bolt of video marketing right now. It's going to run faster and further than most other tactics that are super highly competitive. You're in a category right now where not a lot of people are fishing, and there's more fish. And so it's going to allow you to kind of distribute this content faster. The algorithm is going to push it out more. And you can use this as a way to generate leads or brand or whatever the case might be, getting people into your own particular funnel. So that's how you want to do it. The third type of content that you should be making is your point of view, your opinion.
Nick, sorry to interrupt. I just have one question. So, and once again, sorry to interrupt because I know you're in your flow.
Fine, you're good.
But when everyone's making their short form, their YouTube shorts and they're putting out this content, what do you recommend with placing call to actions at the end of every video? Should they be doing it on every video? Should it be on certain pieces of content? I don't know that there's a universal answer to this. Depending on the content that I'm making, I'm probably going to, again, you have to think about your own viewing habits when it comes to short form content. Number one, when you're watching something from a particular creator or on a particular topic or subject, you're going to get fed that content from that person. The more that they make, you're going to continue to get fed that, and you're going to get in a loop, in a flywheel with that creator's content. So you don't need the call to action on every video. Not every video should be like, click on this link. I definitely think you need those. But again, going back to the second one is you should probably have some type of content where it's just all about value. It's just all about making them feel something. It's just fun based. This one here, I do tell people at the very end, hey, click on the link in the description below. And so you can do that. I would kind of mix it and match and test it and test it on your own audience and see what the traction looks like. But also know that no call to action, the less you have a call to action or a direction or the thing that they need to do next, the less you're going to have people doing that. But there's nothing wrong with just getting people really engaged with who you are, your awareness, your brand, being familiar with you. There's nothing wrong with that as well. I would say over the long span of things, the longevity, you probably want a good mix of both. Cool. I appreciate that.
Yep. So the third type of content that you should be making when it comes to your short form video content is your point of view or your opinion. I've talked to hundreds of thousands of agents over the last decade. I don't think I've ever met one that didn't have strong opinions about something, like regarding coverages, regarding the industry, carriers, regarding the way business should be done. I think you should be making short form content that is focused on your point of view, your perspective, and your opinion. And here's the thing about an opinion. It doesn't have to be absolutely universally right. It is to you, but there are going to be people who disagree with it. And that's just the nature of the game. Like, you're going to have people that are going to tell you you're wrong. People who've been doing this longer than you have are going to say that's not how it is. You just got to stand by, change your opinions when you need to, but hold hold steady in your opinion that you have and start to proclaim it. Our YouTube short content, we make a ton of point of view videos where it's just me talking about my perspective, my opinions on certain things, just because I've been in the industry for 17 years. So I have strong opinions of having done this. So I have opinions. Doesn't mean my opinions are gospel. Like, there's different ways to skin a cat. I understand that, but I go at it with what I think is the best way or the quickest way or whatever that might be. So share content that is your point of view, your perspective, your opinion. At the end of the day, you want to create beacons and fences with your content. This is whether it's YouTube Shorts, whether it's email copy, whether it's social media, whether it's Google Ads, whether it's a landing page. All your marketing should be creating these beacons where people who resonate with that message are going, yeah, man, I like that. And they're attracted to it. But it should also be enough to repel the people that you don't ever want to do business with. And you want to put up those fences because not everyone's going to want to do business with you. And you have to be okay with that. There are going to be people who are going to tell you that you're an idiot, that you don't know anything. Victor said at the beginning, there are people who really like what I do, and there are people who can't stand me. I'm fine with it. I sleep fine at night. I'll have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow, regardless. So you want to make your content in a way that it's attracting the right people, but it's also repelling the wrong people. And you also want to get people down the rabbit hole. And this is why short form content is great, because unlike other forms of content, long form content or written content, people get hooked, they get engaged, and sooner or later, they're just going down the rabbit hole and they're watching 30 videos. I bet you if I pulled up my shorts right now, you would see nothing but like 50 barbecue videos from like the same 4 people. And that's because I get through the rabbit hole on that stuff. And that's what you want to do with your content. And this is a platform where it's not taking, and this is unlike other types of platforms like Facebook or historical platforms on social media, where engagement is the thing that makes you see them, is they have a different weight and a different scale for how they treat things. So the more you watch a person, or the more that you repeat a video, and it's easy to do on a 30-second video, the more that you're going to be served that interest-based content. And so that's where you want to start showing up. You want to get people into the interest, into the spider web of what it is that you're doing. So again, 3 types of content that you should be making on shorts is search, value, and point of view. If you just nail one of these or 2 of these, you've got a great strategy, because again, this is so new. And I don't think this is a fad. I think when YouTube and Google flex their muscles, I think we should pay attention. And so I don't have a lot of hope or optimism for the longevity of platforms like TikTok in the United States for various reasons, regulations and all that stuff, and people get involved. But I have no fear right now that YouTube is going to be here for a while. And so that's where we should be playing. We should be swimming and putting our fishing poles in that water, because there's not a lot of people there, and it's proven it's not going anywhere. And this is where I think social media in general is going, is this type of interest-based content, where it's going to be serving you things based on your interests. And that's how algorithms are fed now. So we might as well start jumping in that boat. And if anything, for the search value, I think it's really important. So you can really start to dominate certain things in search that you probably had no chance of getting before. You had no chance of ranking for auto insurance before. It wasn't happening. It's too much competition. There's too much money in that field. It was going to take you like 9 years to rank for like certain stuff. With YouTube Shorts, you can get there pretty darn quick. So with that being said, I'm going to open up to questions, what questions that people have regarding short form content, YouTube in general. Happy to answer them and see where we go. Let me go ahead and stop sharing here.
I want to jump in real quick, because that's what I do. For those of you guys that for some reason may have not heard of Nick yet, Nick was one of the first insurance agents to start advertising on YouTube. So he's not a guy that has a automation company that thinks maybe he might be figuring out YouTube today. This is something that he's done since the minute I've known him, and even prior to that, which has been a little over 4 years now. And I've watched him make YouTube his bitch, essentially. So if for some reason you've never heard of him, this is, like I said, this is $10,000 information that you're getting right now. This isn't just some guy that Victor found cruising the streets and in the same t-shirt every day. He only owns one shirt, but his marketing.
Yeah, it's Inspector Gadget. If you're familiar with Inspector Gadget, he had like a closet, just the same thing. It's just what I got.
And I do want to tack on something that you said at the end there. Guys, like sales and marketing and creating videos, they all go hand in hand with each other. And so as insurance agents, we like to there's a lot of agents who are very much along the lines of like, any business I can take, I'm going to write it as an independent agent. And that's not necessarily the best way to build a business when you have a bunch of headache clients and things like that. And so when he says you're making content and you have to do it from your point of view, and you take the people who are going to be listening to your content that want to listen to your content, and the people are going to be repelled that don't want to listen to it. That's exactly what you want. You don't want people paying attention to your content that aren't going to take action or aren't like your ideal client or demographic. right?
I think we see this at like a macro level. I mean, just look at all the major players in the world today. Like, what do they all have in common? They're all more or less like okay with sharing their opinions, whether you agree with them or not, and creating attention. And there are people that love them, and there are people that hate them, and like that's just the world we live in. And I always say like I'd rather 20% of people like me than for 100% of people to be like, I don't know. And so I think that is where I think a lot of people just from a psychological level, they're just afraid of having people not like them, like people please in a lot of times. And so I think that's fine. Like I'm not saying go around and like just piss everybody off, but I think there's something to be said when you're trying to like punch up a weight class, or you're trying to get attention, or you're trying to position yourself. Like there has to be a boogeyman, and the greats in all spheres of life, they do that pretty well. And so create a boogeyman, and you get people to rally around that. There's a popular quote from one of my favorite marketing quotes is by Blair Warren. It's called the 27-word persuasion framework. It's people will do anything for people that inspire their dreams. Basically, it's like anybody who inspires them, throws rocks at their enemies or relaxes their fears. People will do anything for that. So that's what you've got to start to look for in your marketing content and sales content. And so that's really what it is at the end of the day.
Awesome. Well, we have a question in the chat from Cynthia, and she says, "Where do we start on YouTube? Creating an account? Can I make a fake? Can I create a fake account so I can experiment and then send them over to you so you can check it out before I publish it?" Which
So if you have like a Google account, just go like the accounts.google.com. You can create an account. Accounts.google.com. They're free. You get a YouTube channel kind of associated with that. You go through the steps of setting up the YouTube channel. Put your profile picture in there, all that good stuff. And then there's a little plus button right on the top. In fact, I can, if you give me a second, I can pull it up here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I'll just tell you where to go. All right, so share. So I just pulled up YouTube. Go to youtube.com. Right, shows you your homepage. That's hilarious, by the way. But if you just click on this create here, you just do upload a video. Move this out of the way. You can upload it here, right? It's very simple. You record them with your phone. You can do it from your phone. You can see all the shorts we have lined up here. This is just kind of behind the curtains how the sausage gets made. But you see, you do it from your phone. It's very simple. Just click on a button, upload a video, like posting to social media.
Yeah, and then to answer the back half of that question, you can upload a video and mark it as unlisted where it's not public view, and then when you're comfortable publishing it so that it goes live to everyone, you have the ability to have it unlisted, private, or public.
Yeah.
So if you want
to, I have all these videos uploaded and they're unlisted right now or private right now because I have a posting schedule, but they're batch recorded. But like, just upload it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Who cares? Just post it. You'll learn.
That's what I'm saying. If you are creating a fake channel and you're listing unlisted videos, you're never going to post them. I once heard Nick say, "Your face is your face. You have to deal with it."
Yeah,
and I quote that often.
People will say, like, I don't like the way that I look on camera, like that I sound. I'm like, listen, we see you every day. Like, this is what you look like. None of us are going like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's what they sound like. It's all in your head. No one cares. Like, no one cares. And the ones that do, again, beacons and fences. Screw them.
Yeah. And it's like anything else in life. Like, you're not going to get really good at creating content until you start actually creating content and posting it out there and getting better at it. And then you start looking at yourself and realizing, okay, I need to make these adjustments. These are things I'm noticing. Or maybe you follow other creators that you like and you want to stick along kind of the path of what they're creating. And then you start making adjustments based on what you see. But it always starts with just posting. I mean, you just got to start posting. And there's a million ways to do it. Like me personally, I don't like creating one-on-one, like where I'm just creating a video teaching you content. right? But I love recording these videos where we get to have, you know, conversations and we get to bring people in to teach. And then I use this as content. This is my content. This is the stuff I upload to, right? So this is my version of creating content for everyone where, you know, you just have to find what works for you and what you're comfortable doing. And so it's not just a straight away, like, I'm just going to put a phone in my face and, you know, start babbling. Like, make it in a way that you're comfortable with doing, but don't be afraid to post it. That's the key. You just got to go out and post it. Once you get like 2 or 3 up, then it becomes, you know, it becomes regular.
Yep. And start with the simple stuff. Like, again, with your point of view, should be easy for you to talk about what you think. We do it every day. Can't go anywhere without somebody tell me what they think. So start with the easy stuff and then work your way up. Like if you find like the easy stuff is I can go and do I can do like the fun stuff, like the you know, the dances or the whatever. Like that's not, if that comes after, you can do that stuff. If it's like, hey, I can answer these questions on like auto insurance or figure out what people are searching for and then like start ranking for that, do that. Just find the lowest hanging fruit for you and just go implement it. The biggest thing is not like the knowledge. You can get the knowledge anywhere. The biggest thing is always just like implementing.
Definitely. Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions for Nick? Now's the time while we have his attention and we have him here.
Who's going to go make a video between now and Black Friday?
No one's willing to commit.
I can give you guys a really easy idea. Your wedding ring for PNC. Did you know if you lose your wedding ring while you're traveling for Thanksgiving, or while you're traveling, or your wedding ring goes missing, I can replace it. Give me a call.
Here's a fun one. Let's take it up a notch. Let's talk about the value-based content. Act like you're steaming your turkey, and then the ring gets lost in there, and then you cook the turkey, and then like it's like make it fun.
Yeah.
And somebody spits it out.
Or they swallow it. Yeah, even worse. Have fun with it. You don't have, again, the thing about YouTube Shorts that's great is like the barrier to entry with production value. Like, you don't need to be Steven Spielberg here. Like, people, have you ever seen like TikTok videos and like Instagram Reels? Like, people do it with their cell phone, and it's just like, you know, they're not winning Oscars, but it's fun. That's all. So just do it.
Cool. Any questions, anyone? I'm gonna give it 3 more seconds before someone asks. If not, we'll be ending this call here. Nobody? All right. Well, Nick, thank you so much, man, for hopping on. Nick Berry, also nice to see you. Thank you for hopping on also. Sandra, thank you. Everyone who came onto the call here today, thank you. We do these calls once a month, so definitely make sure you guys keep an eye out for the next one. Nick, if you want to drop some of your social media so that people can follow you if they're not already.
Yeah, you can follow me. Probably the best place to follow me. I mean, you can follow me on LinkedIn or Facebook. I mean, my name is pretty easy to find. And then I would just encourage people. We post regularly on YouTube, so follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, like and watch all the videos, and that'd be fantastic. So
awesome.
I didn't realize, Nick, when you're talking about like digital currency, which when we say that, what we mean is helping your friends out, helping people out without having to spend any money. I didn't realize how important that was on YouTube to go in and like the videos when you watch them, or leave a comment or stuff like that. So I appreciate you sharing that with us.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, once again, thanks everyone for hopping on. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next call. And Nick, thank you again.
Awesome. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Talk to you soon.
You too.